Good morning and happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to Amazonet's Raw Daily. We will talk today about the Google antitrust trial, and we'll talk about something on the Amazon side as well. So Google is currently in court. There's a federal antitrust trial against Google about a monopoly, about the search engine advertising market. And this is very important for the whole industry, as Google is the leading search engine advertising platform, and it could drive some incremental behavior changes also on the retail media space, aka Amazon ads as well. So Google is in trial as they are a monopoly, and somebody called Jerry Dishler, who is an executive at Google, has answered something in the court, and he stated that for some queries, the tech giant Google may have even raised prices by as much as 10%. So that means Google has secretly increased bid prices for advertisers by 10%. And that means Google has done that to get more revenue. And why do they get more revenue? Why do they want to get more revenue? So there's a couple of interesting quotes here from this trial, and you can read it on Search Engine Land. It's a big article from last week about Google quietly increased ad prices. So Google is manipulating the ad prices. Basically, how it should work is a second price auction system. A second price auction system means there's an auction, and into this auction, people go in and they bid. And it's not only about the highest bid, it's also combined with the relevancy of your advertising. For Google, that means your landing page quality, your CTR quality, and your ad, your expected CTR and your ad quality, meaning does your ad contains the keyword or not. And this together gives you a ranking. Your maximum bid plus the relevancy goes into the rank, or let's say you'll get kind of a number calculated out of that, and that goes into the auction with others. And if you win, then you'll pay. And that's the thing. Usually you would pay whatever the second highest bidder was willing to pay plus 1 cent. So that's why it's a second price auction, because you pay at the price of the second person plus 1 cent. But it seems Google is adding in this auction just like 10% on top. So it's a basic calculation you can do, and then you say, oh, whoever wins pays this plus 10%. People cannot really identify this, because if you have set your bid at a certain threshold, you will never pay more than this maximum allowable bid. And usually there's some room between your bid and your actual paid price. And this spread, we call it spread, that could be used and utilized from these systems in order to increase the revenue for the advertisers. Not the advertisers, the advertising system, the advertising engine, Google, Amazon, whoever does the advertising. Because nobody knows what actually the second bidder has wanted to pay. You know, you cannot figure that out. And then in the end, you'll end up with a CPC, which is presumably lower than your bid. All right. That's pretty interesting. And there's a few more quotes here. Why has Google been tweaking search ad prices? Dishler claimed that staff were shaking the cushions to find ways to ensure his team met revenue targets given to Wall Street by Ruth Porat, Google's CFO. In an email sent to his team back in May 2019, he wrote, "If we don't meet quota," meaning if we are not hitting our targets for the second quarter in a row, we will miss the street's expectations. The street is the Wall Street. Again, which is not what Ruth signaled to the Wall Street. so we will get punished pretty bad in the market. Meaning, Google says, okay, we have not hit our goals. Next quarter, we will hit it. Now, all the analysts were expected they hit it because Google said so. That's their outlook. If you're now not hitting the target, then everybody will sell Google stocks because the estimations were they will now hit it again. And the guidance was they will now hit it again. And if they not hit it, then the stock will go down. With the stock going down, this is also hard for, let's say hard in brackets, in how do you call these things? Exclamation mark? No, not exclamation marks. Whatever. The sign which is on the keyboard on the number 2, above number 2, if you press caps or whatever. And people are paid with stocks. People are paid with stocks in the US in the big tech companies. And a huge amount of salary is actually paid in stocks and stock options and whatever around stock. And if the stock price goes down a lot, then the valuation of these will also go down a lot. And if you are paid, I don't know, 70% in stocks, and you have gathered for the last 4 years like stocks, and now these go down by 20%, then you have lost lots of money eventually. And that's not what people want, because it's not only for the shareholders bad, but also for the employees who will then have a lower morale, kind of. So quote here is, I care more about revenue than the average person, but think we can all agree that for our teams, meaning the teams at Google, trying to live in high cost areas, Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area, another 100,000 in stock price losses will not be great for morale, not to mention the huge impact to our sales teams. So Google needs to hit these goals and these revenue goals, and the main revenue from Google comes from search ads. So they're manipulating the auctions in order for them to get more revenue. And that's now in trial. That's kind of I think like an unwritten truth, or how do you say it? So people know about this. Google is paying every year 10 billions to Apple to make Google the preferred search engine on Apple devices. So Google is paying a lot of money to make sure they own this monopoly. So yeah, let's see what comes out of this search antitrust trial. Will be interesting to follow that. Google is obviously kind of manipulating. In my opinion, Google is manipulating this, and I am pretty sure other companies would do so as well. Currently, coming back to Amazon, I believe Amazon is pushing on all fronts to increase bids and bid prices and reach and impressions with new ad features, which allow to increase bids and budgets every day, so that they are squeezing out more ad revenue from their advertisers. But at some point, all of these options will be done already. The next option, what Google would have pulled or had pulled, is something like smart bidding, performance max campaigns, something completely algorithmically driven where you don't have anything you can control anymore. So you basically just give your budget to Google, and then Google can decide how much they want to take from it as that revenue. And something like that is possible on Amazon as well. But coming back to Amazon, how is Amazon making sure that they hit their targets? So last week we talked about the hourly or the ad schedule rules. We talked about the rest of search placement modifier. And I think I gave you my opinion on the only way for all the automations and features Amazon is doing is increasing bids and budgets. There's no way to actually decrease these things, which is making the ad revenue look better. And now they released an update about Prime Video. That is something they have not done before, but now Prime Video, which was part of the Prime membership, is not, let's say, automatically included anymore. You'll now need to pay an additional, I think it's $2.99. Where was the price? Can I find it quickly? $2.99. We will also offer a new ad-free option for additional $2.99 per month. So what is changing? Sorry. So they announced that Prime Video now also comes with ads. Well, think about what I said before. They also need to increase their ad revenue. Wall Street is expecting a year-to-year growth in that space of 20%. How can you grow 20% if your platform, your marketplace, is not growing by 20% based on users or sellers? So advertising needs to grow much faster than the rest of the platform. And this is only possible if you find new ways to place ads, and if you find new ways that these placements get bought from the advertisers. They have recently introduced ads, sponsor product ads, outside of Amazon, on Pinterest and BuzzFeed and so on and so forth, of placements for sponsored products. They have introduced new bid adjustments. They've introduced new budget adjustments. Now they're introducing advertising in Prime Video as well. So Prime Video is no longer ad-free, except you'll pay the fee of an additional $2.99 per month for US Prime members. And with that, beginning in 2024, this is not now, they just announced it will begin in 2024. There will be more ad placements available over Prime Video for the advertisers, or people have to pay a little more money every month. Well, I think $2.99 is okay-ish. I think the Prime membership is $150 a year, which is compared to a Netflix account or whatever account, quite okay, right? You don't only, if you just have it for the Prime Video, well, then maybe it's not so okay or whatever, depending on how much you use it and what you're watching on Prime Video. But I personally have Prime not for the Prime Video. I have Prime for the Prime delivery options and the Prime product and so on and so forth, and not for the video. The video is just an add-on. For me, most likely I still would pay for the additional ad-free option, because I am now used to watch things ad-free. I'm not watching any linear TV anymore. I'm just watching, if I watch anything, I watch stream TV without ads. And we all can agree of, even though I work, and we all work in the advertising industry, advertising is not the most fun thing to watch at all. And with that thinking, I'll let you go. Have a wonderful Monday. See you and hear you tomorrow. Bye-bye.